Did you know there's an estimated 362 million people in need of humanitarian needs all around the world? So today I'm excited to interview one of our ministry partners who is changing and impacting their local community. So joining us today is Mike Brownlee, Executive Director at Metro Kids in downtown Vancouver, to share how our 700 Club Canada partners are making a difference there. Well, welcome, Mike. We're so glad that you've joined us today.
Hi, good to be with you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us and sharing more about the impact that you're having in Vancouver. So we know, and maybe some of our viewers do, or maybe some don't, but Metro Kids Society aims to empower at-risk kids and youth with hope to lead lives of significance. So what are some of the specific programs or activities that you offer to achieve this goal?
Well, we have four main things where we reach into our community. We find the most vulnerable neighborhoods of the greater Vancouver area, and we build relationships with the families there. Our biggest program is our Super Saturday Kids Club. We have 8 different bus routes, connect with hundreds of kids every Saturday, bring them all together for a really high energy program of games and songs and Bible stories. It's kind of like Sunday school with a shot of espresso. And we have a lot of fun with them and teach them about Jesus, how much God loves them. We have outreach programs for youth and preteens as well. And in the summers, we take our programs on the road and we do live programs in courtyards of local apartment complexes and parks and bring the program right to the backyard of the kids. Underneath all of these things, we have a commitment to 2 things. One is that we're going to provide a free ride to anyone who needs it for every program. And the second one is that we're going to have a personal contact with everybody. So our teams go out every week that we're doing a program and we knock on every single door of all the children that we know. We invite them out to come out to Kids Club or our preteen event or whatever is happening. And that in itself provides such a contact and such a lifeline for families who are building relationships with families that would have no connection with Jesus otherwise. And the kids know that they're not just a number, but somebody wants to see them every week.
Oh, I love that. Like it just, especially at that age, right? They know that someone cares for them that much. You're not only asking them to come to you, but you're going to them. That's incredible. You know, your Sidewalk Kids Club outreach is engaging with children from many different nationalities and backgrounds. How do you approach sharing the gospel in such a multicultural context?
Yeah, well, we feel so privileged to be able to run Sidewalk Kids Club in our communities in the greater Vancouver area. This is the first place where a lot of people coming from other countries are going to land when they come in Canada. And we get the privilege of oftentimes being the first Christians that a lot of these people will interact with. And so as we come into the apartment complexes and build these connections with the families, we like to do it in a very fun, upbeat way that breaks down barriers. We always make sure to let the parents know that they're welcome to attend as well. They're welcome to sit on the sidelines and watch. And so a lot of times we'll have a tarp filled with the kids, and around the outside there's picnic tables or sometimes even lawn chairs of parents and older siblings that are watching as well. And as the families see how much we care for the kids, then that opens doors. They see our love. They see how we care for the kids. We always make sure that we include the gospel every time that we do a program. We teach the kids the 4 most important things. God loves me, I have sinned, Jesus died for me, and I can choose to follow Jesus. And we like to put that choice in there because we want kids to know that they can choose to follow Jesus. Mm-hmm. And they are free to do that. And we're going to be there to support them as they go. A lot of the families that we're reaching would never think of coming to a church. They would never enter a church building. That's very intimidating for a lot of people. But the fact that we're right there, we're right outside their balcony, literally. They can come out and they will attend a Christian program. They will hear about Jesus. They will see the Bible stories. Just last week, one of our team members had a Muslim mom come up to her after one of our Sidewalk Kids Club programs. And she said, my daughter has been telling me about Jesus. I asked her where she heard about Jesus, and she said, here at Sidewalk Kids Club. I have some questions about Jesus. And she engaged our team leader in some conversation. And we're going to follow that up and see where that goes. But the kids are leading the way to invite their families to know more about Jesus. And because we're right there, we get to be the contact point to see that happen.
I love that. It's impacting the kids, it's impacting the families, it's gospel centered, but in such a fun and practical way that it really does open the doors, like you said, break down the barriers. And in
Mhm.
fact, you're seeing sort of that full circle impact. Your Sidewalk Kids Club outreach program is almost entirely staffed by young people who once attended your program. So, can you share some success stories of how former participants are now giving back to their communities through this initiative?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. We have a strong belief in raising up the young people who work with us because they are the best ones to do this work. They know the community, they know the people, and they get it. They understand it. And there are some tremendous young people that we get to work with. And we've known them since they were very, very little. I think of Danielle as one of our workers. She first came to our programs as a preteen and a teenager and had grown up in a very, very rough situation. The most at risk kind of situation that you can imagine. And on top of this, she's also on the autism spectrum. And so she had a very difficult time in school, fitting in, making friends, things like that. But through our youth program, she was able to find a community and find Jesus and get connected in. As she neared high school graduation, she decided she would start volunteering with Sidewalk Kids Club. And it so happens that we were running a program right in her apartment complex. So she knew all the kids there. They knew her. And she was able to get us connected with a whole lot of families and just did amazing, did such a great job. And tragically, after she started volunteering that fall, her mother passed away and it was a very, very difficult time for her. Left her and her father alone to work through this grief, but we were thankful that we were able to be there with her and walk with her through this grief journey. And her commitment to Jesus and volunteering at Metro Kids became something that she could focus on and that kept her going. And actually, this last year, she was awarded the Vancouver Mental Health Association's Courage to Come Back Award, a very prestigious award from the Mental Health Association for her resilience in the face of this and her commitment to continue volunteering. She is a bright light to all the kids in her apartment and the whole city.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you for sharing the impact that Metro Kids is having. If you want to know more about what they're doing, you can visit our website at 700club.ca. Thank you, Mike, for being here today.
Thank you.